To load up my nine and do my daily crime. The warriors, conquerors, man before ya. Mr. Ripper, aka the enemy killer. My man with the weed is my man indeed. No, you sucky ducky niggas catch knots with speed. Strain coming like a hurricane, licking shots. More untouchable than niggas with the chicken pox. So, welcome back. In a real way. Yo, I wanna jump into something I was thinking about, right? I noticed there's a big thing right now, metaphorically, I guess, and literally, but there's a big thing about triggers, right? Now you got triggers like as a cause means like, it sparks an effect or a reaction, you know what I mean? But then you have like on the conversational side of things or the interaction side of things, uh, people are being triggered by specific words, um, and responding to those words or their feelings in regard to those words rather than whatever the sentiment is or the context in which it's used or even the present situation. Like, and it shows that people can be bound to the past because of certain traumas. So like, when you say a word, um and it quote unquote triggers a person, um it hinders that person from being present, and it sends them reeling through a reenactment or a revisiting of a previous interaction or behavior. Um, so basically, the moment they abandon the current moment, you know what I'm saying? They can't even be current in that moment because whatever you said, they have a previous uh, attachment to, and a previous emotional attachment to, in some way, shape, or form. Um, that previous attachment ultimately results in unlimited comprehension because the world is not in your brain. You know, the world can't read your past. The world doesn't know what you're triggered by, you know. So if you don't have the strategies and the capabilities to prepare for the world you're actually living in, you are disabled. You're crippled. You know what I'm saying? If you can't have a conversation with someone without being able to check your own uh, inabilities to remain present, then that would be considered a learning disability. So everybody out here running, talking about their triggers and their triggers and their triggers, you know what I mean? You should probably seek some sort of adjustment in yourself. I don't know if that's going to deal with therapy, and I don't know if that's, medication or what, but you can't expect the world to bend to each individual in that sense. You know, we're all out here making the world to our liking and to our favorite in our own ways. But when it comes to certain rules of the universe, those laws don't bend to those type of requests. So, but then we go to the other part of it, and the other part of the trigger is how we've been the victim of physical triggers. for so long, and especially currently, and how both of those triggers tie in together. You know, you have one, the trigger being the cause of an effect, but then you have the trigger being that effect. Somebody squeezing the trigger because they lack the previous ability, the previous strategies, the previous maturity, the previous adjustment, the previous ability to learn and to remain present rather than being reactive and spun out of control to the point where you're responding to something you misunderstood with violence. So you got one trigger leading to another trigger. You see what I'm saying? Like, this is where we are, man. Mental death leading to a physical death. Like, I don't want to make it no deeper than that. It was just something that I, had drew up and wanted to share with y'all. But this is all for, empowerment, though, because this is not to, spotlight on the people who experience these moments. This is to point out that there are ways for us to fix them. You know what I'm saying? And we in this together. And shit, this low key ties back into the wounds as weapons too. Damn. Yeah, but I just wanted to throw that at y'all, man. Yeah, chew it up, spit out the bones, let me know. And to the next one.